Hey, welcome to Spiritual Beer Review.
Hey,
I'm
and
Jammer.
I'm Shagdog.
Hey, Shagdog. How you doing today?
I'm doing all right. Oh, we got the bottle cap off already. Yeah, we're doing Komes with a K, or Comes with a K. Uh, Imperial Stout. This Russian Comes Russian Imperial Stout, right? Russian Imperial
I
Stout.
think so.
It's a considered Russian Imperial Stout. 89 on Beer Advocate. 12% ABV.
Yeah, it says here Imperial Stout is a rich flavor, aromatic, and complex dark top fermented beer, lagered for several months, a specialty appreciated by beer lovers all over the world. And I don't know how long we've had this. I know at least what 3 months,
Give or take a few, yeah.
maybe 4, right?
Well, December to March would be 3 months. When did you buy it? November?
I think so. Yeah.
So that'd be 4. Yeah.
So at least 4 months we're at.
If
Granted,
not
I don't know
4,
what
get
the
close.
date code on this is because it's a coded date.
Yeah, I wonder what size that bottle is. Wow.
It's
1.9.
yeah,
Okay.
but it should be somewhere in the fresh and roasted. Maybe going into the mid range, where it's dry and complex, fresh and roasted middle ground, maybe in
Yeah.
that area. I don't know. I didn't get much ahead because I didn't pour it very hard.
Yeah.
But it does look dark, Shagdog. It does look dark. I see some garnet hues there,
Yeah.
but it looks dark.
You got it. Yeah, it's pretty flat. I mean, the head completely this pale. I got a little cloud in there. That's about it.
Yeah, that's what I got, and it's kind of a sandy brown actually.
Yeah, I got like a little thing this big.
It does smell.
Looks like Australia. Oh, it looks like a cat. Oh my god, I gotta bring the camera up to that little head film. Can you see it? It looks like a cat.
Maybe a cat, maybe a mouse, maybe a
See-
hedgehog. I don't know what mine looks like. Oh, I don't know. It looks like a mountain. It does have that chocolatey roasted coffee, kind of dark fruits
Yeah, I totally agree.
type of smells there, aromatics. I mean, this is a product of Poland, so I'm hoping that it's good. So far, some of their beers have been pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, most of their beers we've had have been
Yeah.
pretty strong beers. Most of them, especially the dark ones.
Yeah. Hey, and St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, and what's better but to have a stout made from Poland?
Right. Could have been an Irish guy working at the brewery there.
Yeah, you know how they like to migrate.
Right. Especially since Ireland's getting overrun by other people. So,
Yeah, so they're starting to overrun the other countries.
yeah. There are a couple European countries, countries that are trying to keep, illegal
Poland's
aliens or refugees out. Yeah, Poland, Bulgaria, I think is one of them. A couple of them trying to keep people
They're
out.
smart. They're not suffering the consequences of this migration of a bunch of so-called refugees,
Right.
going into the country. They're not being their money's not being depleted on trying to supply it to people who cannot work and cannot do anything. That's the problem with America right now. A lot of the money is being funneled to all these different groups of people that could work if they really wanted to, but don't.
Yeah, and being funneled to other countries too.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this whole war is not even our war; it's Israel's war that they're in, and they drag us in.
Right. I mean, I do believe Iran has been a long time coming for them, but I don't think we should be doing it for Israel.
No.
I'm ready to drink those, Jammer.
Yeah, cheers.
Here's to our Polish friends.
Yeah. not too effervescent or carbonation. It's kind of lacking, but it's a little bite there from the carbonation, just a tiny bit.
Yeah.
And man, in one instance, I think I got like, you probably remember this when you were smoking. You get a wet cigarette in your glass or something, and you taste it like burnt, wet tobacco flavor.
In my glass.
Yeah, like say like when you were smoking, and all of a sudden, oh shit, I dropped my cigarette in my glass, or somebody knocked it in the glass, or did something like that, or it tastes like,
Oh, never had that happen.
you know what I'm talking about. Many times you lit the cigarette up backwards and all that stuff too. I mean,
I've done that. Yeah.
you don't remember any of the times you dropped it in your glass.
I don't remember dropping it in the glass. I might have dropped some ashes in my glass before.
That too. It has that kind of taste there for a moment.
Yeah.
I was flashing back to my bar days where I was in.
Oh yeah.
And but it does have the coffee, the chocolatey, velvety type flavors, dark fruits. I kind of like it, and at 12%, it's pretty well masked. I don't know about you.
That's a gong review right there, Jabber. You get the top notch.
Oh,
It's the same. When we poured it, I could smell it just when I was pouring it, and I was like, you can tell it's a strong beer just from the smell. I mean, it's not like knocking you out strong, but
exactly.
the aroma, you're like, yeah, this is a strong stout. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think PA Brew News would like this.
Mm-hmm.
But
He might.
taste after a few sips, you're like, is this really 12%? Yeah,
I know it's so easy to drink.
yeah.
I mean, there is a slight warming, but it's very, very minimal.
You might think it's 9 or 10 at the most.
Mm-hmm. I mean, really, I have to give it up to these guys in Poland here. I mean, they really do make a pretty darn good beer. And I've had other companies from Poland beer, and even their beers are really good. So obviously the Germans had some influence in there because they went in and went out, went in and went out. The Russians came in, gave them a little influence with the stout, Russian Imperial Stout type stuff. This is not a Russian one, is it? Is it by Beer Advocate? Is it Russian?
It's a Russian. It says Russian Imperial Stout on Beer Advocate.
Okay.
Even says on the title on Beer Advocate, unless I got the wrong one, but the same label on there.
Oh.
Yeah, Oh, let me double check because it's got a different label. The only thing that's different is it says Russian Imperial on there. Let me double check.
Intense roasted flavor, and that's what it has. It does have that intense roasted flavor, which I kind of enjoy in most of these dark beers. You know what I mean? Getting that kind of flavor. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's the only Imperial Stout they got. That one, 2 different Russian Imperial Stouts. This one, wait, okay, I might have the wrong one. Yeah, I had the wrong one. Same thing though, 12%. It says it's a Russian Imperial Stout too, so I think it's the same beer. They just changed the label.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But what kind of grade would you give this, Shagdog? I mean, before we go too long here.
Yeah, I would give it an A- and a swaff. A- and a swaff.
I think that I would give this a straight up A. Actually, I'm gonna push it and say a straight up A and a swaff.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I like it, but with my stout, to be the perfect stout, you got to have all the things just coming lining up like the stars.
I know what you mean because there is a balance of the roastiness and everything, but I just think if you're able to mask the alcohol as well as they do, and have a nice flavorful beer.
Right.
You know what? Actually, A- would be better because I'm thinking about the CO2. I would like to have a little more CO2 in it.
Right.
And I think that would help it a little more. maybe bring out the flavor more and so forth. Maybe it wouldn't. I don't know. I mean,
Yeah, I think it's a. What the hell did it go on Beer Advocate? Boy, let's check that one. I don't want to check the beer style. I just want to check the beer. Okay, there we go. Where are you, little bastard? Oh, that one doesn't have a score either. What the hell? Yeah. Did I say a score in the beginning? The Imperial one doesn't say a score, but the Russian Imperial one says 89. So 89, Beer Advocate.
well, they always vote some of the beers that we like down.
Yeah.
I'm not.
That's close. That's a little bit below what I give it.
I'm not too impressed with some of their grades, though, you know what I mean? On some of the beers that they've given.
Yeah, and Beer Advocate sucks in a way because I don't know how many reviews if it only has like 5 reviews, something, it doesn't give it a score. You got to have a certain amount of views. But if it only has 100 views or reviews, and it gets a friggin' 8, like a 99, because people in the community that's all voted. Yeah.
Yeah. But not only that, but you know, remember they used to have the bros, and they would give scores and stuff like that, and that would help too. You know, when it came to people tasting it and trying it and everything, they would be like, You know.
And the bros would be off from the regular score. You know, the bros might give it a 93, and might have an 84, or the bros give it an 84, it might be a 90. So they're all over the place.
And then here's the other thing that I have to say about the whole situation with these grades and everything. What are you grading it as? Are you grading it as for the style, or are you grading it overall out of all the beers in the world? This is a, you know, X. You know, because in reality, when they're grading the adjunct beers, the mass-produced, you know, beers, they're pretty harsh on them, and rightfully so to a degree. But for what it is, how good is it? You know, instead of a 53, 60 something, for what it is.
That's usually beer snobs that give it a really low score.
Yeah,
you know?
And I get
trash,
that.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, it's not the idea beer that you want to drink.
Right.
However, in that category of adjuncts, or that category of mass-produced, whatever the style it is, does it? What grade does it get? You know what I mean?
That's what I like about that one website, not Untapped, but what the hell is the other one?
Rate Beer.
Rate Beer, because they used to give the score for the style, and score for overall.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's fair. I mean, because you know, we used to grade it by the package, by the package itself, the label and all that stuff, and then the beer, and then you know everything else.
I mean, the package was just a very minute part of our score processing, but we gave it like an extra couple points if it had a really good label. Or
yeah. And here's the other thing with that, as far as the labels go, are you going with the classic, you know, not jumping the gun type, you know, just the classic style, the classic representation of a label? That's so far. What I would say against this label is the blue is so dark you can barely see it.
Right.
And you have to, and that in a way could be a way to get people to pick it up off the shelf.
See what it is.
Yeah. What is that name? Oh, okay. You know,
oh, it's an Imperial Stout. Okay.
You know, but in my belief, if I was shopping and everything, it wouldn't matter if I wouldn't care if what the name is or whatever. I would have saw it. I would have said, okay, I don't care for that label or whatever. Moved on.
Yeah.
The only reason I stopped was because it said Imperial Stout. From that point, I saw Komes. I said, oh yeah, Komes. All right, I remember Komes.
Yeah, sometimes I'll buy beer based on the label because I never heard of it before. And the label is cool, but then I know also, well, this label is a little artistic-y and over the top, and the beer is probably going to, not all the time, but sometimes the beer sucks,
You're right on with that. They have a wonderful package, a wonderful story behind the beer, all that kind of stuff, and then it sucks.
Right.
I mean,
but
two brothers was lost on an island when they used coconuts and fermented it and created a coconut beer. And
I say the majority of them are pretty good, actually. They got good label, good artwork, whatever, because I think they put their time and money into it. But some of them
came and took them home.
some of them are just like, yeah, well, this beer sucks. We got to get it, somebody who's a good artist or AI at ChatGPT.
See how I didn't leave the two guys on the island hanging?
Yeah.
I saved them. I said 2 dolphins came along and took them home.
Was it Gilligan and Skipper?
I'll leave that up to your imagination.
Yeah. Or was it Tom Hanks and
Wilson
Wilson?
or
What the hell? Spalding? Wait.
Spalding? Yeah, that's another.
What did we give it? The ball we had. What kind of ball did we have? Wilson.
Spalding, and then there's another one with an F.
We got Franklin.
Franklin, that's what it was.
Yeah. It could have been. I can't remember. I thought we had a different name. What are all the biggest sports ball? Sound right. What are the biggest names in sports equipment for basketballs, footballs, volleyballs, etc.?
Soccers.
There used to be a McGregor too back in my young day. I haven't seen McGregor in a long time now.
Well, they make baseball gloves more than anything.
Oh yeah. Wilson, Spalding, Moulton. I never heard of Moulton.
I can't remember whether it was Franklin or Spalding that week. I think it might have been Franklin.
We used to get Franklin boxing gloves. Me and my brothers and the old Moth boys, and we'd have like triple tag team boxing matches and shit with our Franklin boxing gloves on. And they're just the kind of slip on, they have to tie them, beat the shit out of each other. Another one, Jammer, is balls, Spalding, Wilson. Footballs, champion, Rollins. I never seen a Rollins.
Oh yeah,
Rollins football. Yeah,
baseball, but more and football. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's see. Volleyball. You got Wilson, Moulton, Takachira, and Mikasa. Yeah. Okay. I think they're missing stuff. But like I said, McGregor. Like I said, they might have the mitts. I haven't seen a McGregor ball in a long time. Yeah.
Spalding is probably bigger on basketball.
Except for that time I went to Scotland and McGregor pulled his kilt up and I
showed 2 balls for you.
The last 2 balls of the McGregor clan.
Yeah, you collect them for luck.
Yeah.
That's Scottish.
Yeah, Scottish. You're saying luck is like Irish.
And you were saying you were going 2 balls of the like you were Ireland. You were talking about like Ireland.
No, I was trying to do Scottish. Scottish.
All right.
Yeah. Was I sounding more Irish? I don't know.
No, you sounded more like you were talking about it in the beginning, like it was Irish, and then you went to Scottish. And so I turned around and went with the Irish for the, lick the balls for luck.
But I think there's more people in. I know there's some mix in Ireland, but there's a lot of mix as far as last names in Scotland, which I always thought, why they call Irish mix if there's a lot of mix in Scotland,
That's true. I mean,
yeah.
Well, why do they call wops when there's no wops?
There was this one Italian guy. I think I told you this before. When we were kids, my friends, I didn't go around saying I'm Italian because I was already a quarter Italian, But there was this one guy who was pretty well Italian. And what the hell did my one friend's brother call him? Guinea? Was it Guinea?
Oh, yeah, the Guinea.
Oh, and a Guido and shit like that. Yeah, called him Guido. That guy got pissed, was chasing us around. It was a grown man. I mean, not old, but probably about early 20s.
If you think about it, one of the most famous priests out there, or fathers, is Father Guido Sarducci.
Yeah.
So, why are you so upset?
That's a good name.
I like it.
Damn, Guido.
Guido Sarducci.
I always like the Italian word. I'm assuming it's Italian. That's what everybody said. Is for a half breed is mulatto.
Yeah, a mulatto boy.
Yeah, there's a tall mulatto boy I know.
Yeah,
came to every party, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they have chinks and Japs.
St. Mary's.
What do they call Polacks? Poles, right?
Poles, right? Yeah, Poles and
And if I was a Polish person and somebody called me a Pole, yeah, your mother loves my Pole.
yeah. I was like, yeah, that's short for Polish. Thanks.
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, your mother loves.
Are there any slang terms for Polacks or Polish? I think Polacks might be a derogatory term.
Polak is a derogatory English slang term for someone of Polish descent, which comes from the Polish word Polak. In Spain, Polaco is used as a disparaging term for Catalans, although it literally means Polish person.
Yeah. And then they have Spick?
That's Puerto Rican.
Is that Puerto Rican?
Yeah, I think Spick are Puerto Rican. Are Spicks Puerto Ricans?
Yes, Sorrelitos, also known as Puerto Rican corn sticks, are a classic.
Are Spicks Puerto Ricans? I came up with another word.
Puerto Ricans are U.S. citizens with a unique cultural identity, blending Taino, Spanish, and African.
Why don't you ask the derogatory term of Spick? Who does that imply it is?
Derogatory term of Spicks. Who does that apply to? All right, let me get this one. It fucking said specs. All right. There we go. Spick, an ethnic slur used in the United States to describe Hispanic, Latino Americans, or Spanish speakers. Spickorama, where spick comes from.
Because you got wetback that implies Mexican because swimming across the Rio Grande.
Right.
But all these derogatory terms that are used, honky, and of course the N word. I don't want to be saying that because the next thing you know, all hell will break loose. And
Nigeria.
Yeah.
I was watching a video earlier. I think it was fake.
English people, limeys.
Limeys, yeah.
Why do they call them limeys?
I don't know.
Why is that?
Why did they call English people limeys, or what does that mean?
The term limey started in the mid-19th century as a nickname for British sailors. It came from the Royal Navy requiring sailors to drink lime juice to prevent scurvy. American sailors initially used it, but it became a common informal nickname for any British person.
So why they call Americans Yanks?
That's supposedly from Indians. The Indians couldn't pronounce English, and they come out Yangtze or some shit. Where did the word Yankee come from?
Not Yankee.
Oh, Yanks, Yankee, same thing.
No, it's not.
Yanks is short for Yankee.
Yankee likely comes from 17th century Dutch nicknames, possibly Yankee or Yankees, used to mock English colonists. It started as a term of contempt, then became associated with New Englanders, and later, during the Civil War, with all Northerners. The exact origin remains uncertain.
If you're from America, though, like South America, they're going to call you Gringo or Yankee. They don't give a shit if you're from fucking middle of fucking Georgia, You're a Yankee.
It's amazing how many derogatory terms there is for people.
We just love it, huh? I mean, you came out with a new country. If a new country was established this week, there'd be a derogatory term for those fucks by next week.
Before the end of the next week.
Yeah.
What do they call Vietnamese?
Oh, gooks, slant eyes. Gooks? Why do people call Vietnamese gooks? Let's see. Gook. She didn't want to say that one, but I'll read it. Korean Americans are weaned on sighted U.S. soldiers. Our ancestors are excited, shouted, "Me Gook or United States, that beautiful country. Me Gook or United States, lit." I don't know what the fuck that. Term for Korean scrambled, and maybe they call Koreans gooks too. Probably the Korean War.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm just
Japanese were nips.
Japs.
Yeah, which in other languages, I think Japan calls himself in their language Nippon. I think Spanish is Nippon too. I think so. That's probably where the nips came from.
So what do they call like the Islanders?
Japs.
Like like
like Somalia, Samoan Islanders,
or I mean, islanders like the Cayman Islands, the Bahamian Islands, Jamaican Islands.
Is there any slang terms for people that come from the Bahamas or the Caribbean islands, like derogatory terms? Let's see, Jim. I don't know. You really don't have too many there because. Let's check. Conky Joe.
Conky Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not a very good one.
Yeah,
some of them are creative, but some of them are just lame.
List of ethnic slurs. Here we go.
Oh, there you go.
Let's start with the A's. Abby, Abe, Abby, United States, Canada, Jewish men. Originated for 1950.
All right, so now we're being canceled.
ABC, American-born Chinese. ABC. All right. ABCD, American-born confused Desi, Indian Americans or other South Asian Americans who were born in the United States. ABCD, never heard of that. A bid or a bead, Middle East and North Africa, black people, Arabic word for slave. So, I mean, I never heard of that one, but that's what probably Arabic.
You know what's crazy about it is, too, these that you never heard of, that never really became popular.
Right.
Why didn't they become popular?
Because that's one that Middle Easterners use for black people. Yeah. Abo or
Abo
with ABO or ABVO. It's an Australian one for Australian Aborigines.
Abo, huh?
Yeah. Aborigines. Abo, yeah.
I know an Abo.
Oh, what the hell is that one? African, but it says parentheses, or Afro or colored, engineering or nigger niggin.
I tell you.
United States, African. Oh, so if you call a black person African, that's derogatory, or a black American, if you call them African, or Afro, or I never heard of niggin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you heard of that with the ING?
Yeah. You know, what gets me about all these, too, is that, like, whenever they talk about Americans, they say Irish American, Italian American, all that. Wait a second. If you become an American, first and foremost, you're American. So you should be called American Irish, American Italian, American African, American whatever,
Oh, that American African just sounds like some American in Africa.
No, it's an American African.
I like it better with American at the end because,
because you're American first. First and foremost, you're a freaking American.
No.
If you're born here and raised here and you migrated here and became a citizen legally,
I would never say nobody's Italian American unless they're
American Mexican.
Unless it came from Italy and their
American Spanish.
The first family here. If you're the son of your first generation, second generation, whatever you want to call it, then you're American as far as I'm concerned.
I agree with you on that. I do agree with you on that.
Yeah.
If you're the first generation that came here, then you're American Irish, American Italian, American. No, you're American because you became an American, but you're from Irish descent.
I like the other way better.
No, that sucks.
You just want to change things.
I wanted to focus on the fact that you're American first.
No, to me, anybody that's just came here from another country, they're that country first.
No, because they've relinquished their loyalties to that country in regard to focusing on accepting citizenship and focusing on the fact that you're American now and all your loyalties are on America first, and then Ireland, or then
Why do you think it's hard for? Why do you think it's hard for? Of course, Africans coming here from whether it's Nigeria, Ethiopia, Somalia, wherever. Hard for them to assimilate because
most of the Africans that come here, it's not hard for them to assimilate. In fact, they assimilate quicker, and they point out the fact that black people have it good in comparison, And they actually, a lot of them that came from South Africa that I know that came and worked at several different places that I worked at, all said the same thing. They don't want to work for a black man. They wanted to work
Really?
for a white man because the white man would treat them better than the
Either from
black
South
man.
Africa.
Yeah.
Oh,
Cameroon was one of the major ones. There's several people I knew
which
that
was
came from
weird
Cameroon.
because
And they all said the same thing because that black person always betrayed the other black individual.
yeah, and
It's
what's
like
weird
they
about
needed to be up above them and holding them down, like under my thumb.
yeah, what's weird about Cameroon is there was some African American or American African celebrity back
Yeah.
when the riots happened in 2020 whatever, end of
Yeah.
2020. He was like trying to get people to move to Cameroon. It was so much nicer there for black people, and he was trying to get black people to move to Cameroon and Americans.
No, here's the thing. What I think about celebrities. One, I give that individual, if they're really good at what they do, respect. I say, okay, you're a very good actor. I really appreciate all the roles that you played, the movies that you were in, da 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 da. However, when you learn about their history, usually you'll find out they were leeches. They were like the scourge. I mean, they were leeches upon everybody. They were just trying to. Granted, that's determination, and you're trying to make it, and you want to make it so bad that you're willing to do things in order to make your dream come true.
Oh, that's somebody that's not part of Hollywood royalty already, right?
Yeah, yeah. I think like like if you were becoming that and you jumped into it and everything, like Steven Seagal. Steven Seagal, when he first started, he married some was it Japanese? I don't remember, some Asian woman in order to be a. Once he married her, then he became the son-in-law of the guy who owned a dojo, which in turn gave the dojo to him for him to operate and to make money from and everything. He basically did that for a while until all of a sudden he became famous or started working on films and stuff. Then he left his wife and kids over there and went to Hollywood to work on this film. When he was in Hollywood and everything, he ended up eyeballing some girl that he liked there and decided to have an affair with her. And before they knew it, turned around and basically got divorced from his Asian wife.
He's a man. What do you expect?
No, there's a difference between being a man and being a leech. He leeched upon he basically used them as a stepping stone to get to this part. Once he got to this part, he's with this woman. He gets married to her, turns around, ends up divorcing her, getting with another woman that he's working with to try to move up the ladder of the Hollywood ladder.
Oh, so he's smart.
Well, no, he used people. There's a difference, Shagdog.
How do you know? He might have had a plan to begin with. It's like, I'm going to go from here, here, here. My plan, I'm going to execute.
And I'm sure that if he had that plan, it worked out great for him and all that stuff. But now he's known as a piece of shit.
Here's another thing about him.
Piece of shit that carries a gun around instead of relying upon him being
he's a deputy. Isn't he a deputy or something? Hey, now here's another thing about him. His movies are not what do you call that, where they're still good through the years. It's a Wonderful Life or anything. Yeah.
No, his like I said, I was getting around to saying is that his movies don't hold the test of time. They don't. Yeah. They don't become more appreciated. They actually become more criticized and more. And him as a martial arts expert, becomes more criticized and examined and becoming more people become more entrenched in finding out that he's not really all he says he is.
I mean, he supposedly knew Aikido, and I'm not sure what else he knew, but
Now-
you really can't prove yourself unless you get into some actual combat, MMA or
Competitions.
something. Yeah.
Now,
course.
if you were going to say Chuck Norris, okay, I give you props,
Okay, yeah.
Chuck. Chuck, I give you props because you went through competitions, and you not only went through competitions, but you trained with Bruce Lee, and you appeared in movies because of Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
And became a movie star because of Bruce Lee, not because of any other reason.
Not because of Bruce Lee, because he had that hairy chest in that movie. That's why.
I'm just saying, he had he was introduced to movies because Bruce Lee wanted him to be in that one movie with him, to be the guy that supposedly was going to combat him. I forget the name of the movie.
Hey, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was in a Bruce Lee movie too, but. Yeah.
And here's the thing. When Chuck says that he believes that he would do well, against whoever, he's being honest because he studied many different martial arts. Bruce Lee was the same way, and he shows respect to Bruce Lee because
Let's Googleize it. Let's Googleize Steven Seagal. Did Steven Seagal ever have a competition that he won or fought some people?
Steven Seagal doesn't have a record of winning official combat sports competitions. His reputation comes from movies and demonstrations, not professional fights. He is known for his Aikido background, and there are no reports of him engaging in actual
No real fights,
non-staged
demonstration based, avoided challenges.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah,
There
he
you
knew
go.
what he was doing. He was like, if I get in the competition, they'll screw me up, and I won't be able to get my Hollywood deal here.
What's really a fun fact, though, is a lot of those martial arts instructors who know it pretty well, all the moves and everything, but they've never been in a real fight themselves,
Yeah, well, that's here's the other thing like you're talking about just now is that in competition is one thing, and a real fight is a different.
Yeah.
Do you have the mental ability to be able to use what you've learned to defend yourself or others in a actual fight?
Right.
And I believe Bruce Lee won, Chuck Norris, and I would go as far as to say Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, I would say if you practice it, it's always muscle memory, doing different moves. But you can't be doing it in slow motion shit. You gotta be like in the motion.
And if you look up Jean-Claude Van Damme on competitions, I bet you he's had a few.
Did Jean-Claude Van Damme ever fight in any competitions or etc.?
Jean-Claude Van Damme was a competitive martial artist. He fought in Europe from 1976 to 1982 with a record of 44 wins and 4 losses in semi-contact. He also won all 18 of his professional kickboxing matches by knockout.
By knockout. Oh my God.
Now he did get knocked out himself. I think it was Jean-Claude Van Damme by his own
You're
bodyguard.
bound to be knocked out at least once.
By his own bodyguard or some shit.
How about Chuck Norris? I bet you he's won a couple awards and everything too.
Is there anybody that beat Chuck Norris ever?
In competition.
Yes, Chuck Norris lost some fights early in his career, specifically between 1965 and 1968. Opponents like Joe Louis, Alan Steen, Tony Tolaners, and Luis Delgado won against him.
He ended his career with a 65-5 or 183-10-2 record. That's pretty damn good, yeah. That's pretty damn good. Even a 65-5, but then it says or 183. I guess it's a different type of competitions or something.
That's what I'm saying. Chuck, Bruce, Jean-Claude, I believe they could hold their own and would. And the fact is, out of all those people, I'd say Bruce and Chuck were the most likable.
Yeah, Bruce got beat by some stunt guy, though, back in the 60s. I saw Brad Pitt portray the guy.
Yeah.
That wasn't true. Bruce Lee's family tried to sue the production movies company it was fake. It was fake history. They're trying to sue him though. Yeah.
Well, they try to protect his image. You know?
Yeah. Oh, well, that's fake.
I think Bruce was.
Bruce was good.
I think
Bruce 1-inch punch, right?
I think Bruce, in reality, if he actually would have lived on, he would have proved that he was probably one of the best out there, if not the best.
Watch, I'll grab my glass. You see how fast I am, because I know a little Bruce stuff. Watch, I'm
I know you know when it comes to beer.
When watch, I'm going to grab my glass and then put it back down.
Though, so I don't expect.
Yeah, well, I'm going to grab it and then put it back down. Watch how fast it goes. Ready? Go. Let's see.
Yeah, well, you were a little slow on that because I noticed it.
You
Didn't have any beer in it. If it had beer in it, you'd have been quicker. If it had beer in it, it would have been much quicker.
Did I send you the video, or did you send me the video? The guy is like super fast.
Yeah, I sent you the video.
He said, I was like, all you gotta do is keep practicing. You can.
I was just thinking to myself, he's that fast. Could you imagine what he does when he masturbates?
I know. I can't even go that fast now. I'm about to break my elbow thinking of it. Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. Are you ready for the next one, my friend?
Ready, sir, ready.
Yeah, I am too. All right. Thanks for watching, commenting, liking, subscribing, and sharing. I'm Jammer.
I'm Shagdog.
Yeah,
We'll see you in the next one. We
will see you on the next one. That's right. Jammer,
Cheers.
Shagdog, and Jammer. We'll be back.
You can't hear Jammer, Shagdog's here because I couldn't. Hey, subscribe, bitches.